Starting a conversation with someone new can feel intimidating, but it's a skill anyone can learn. Whether you're at a party, networking event, or just meeting someone in line at a coffee shop, knowing how to break the ice is invaluable. In this video, we'll explore practical steps and strategies to help you confidently start conversations with anyone, anywhere. From understanding body language to choosing the right words, you'll discover tips that make connecting with others easier and more enjoyable. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to effortless conversation. Conversations are the foundation of relationships, both personal and professional. They help us share ideas, build trust, and create opportunities. When you know how to start a conversation, you open doors to new friendships, collaborations, and experiences. It's not just about talking, it's about connecting. Understanding the importance of conversations can motivate you to practice and improve your skills. Remember, every great relationship starts with a simple hello. So, let's look at how you can make that first step count. Feeling nervous before starting a conversation is completely normal. Most people worry about saying the wrong thing or being judged. The good news is, with a little preparation and practice, you can overcome these fears. Start by reminding yourself that everyone feels awkward sometimes. Focus on being curious about the other person rather than on your own nerves. Taking a few deep breaths and smiling can also help you feel more relaxed and approachable. Remember, confidence grows with each conversation you have. Before you even say a word, your body language speaks volumes. Open posture, eye contact, and a genuine smile make you appear friendly and approachable. Avoid crossing your arms or looking at your phone, as these can signal disinterest. Instead, face the person, nod occasionally, and use gestures to show you're engaged. Positive body language not only helps others feel comfortable, but also boosts your own confidence. Remember, sometimes a welcoming gesture is all it takes to invite a conversation. Taking the initiative to start a conversation can feel daunting, but it's often appreciated. Most people are open to chatting, especially in social settings. Begin with a simple greeting like hi or hello. If you're at an event, you can comment on the environment or ask a question related to the occasion. The key is to be genuine and friendly. Remember, you don't need a perfect opening line, just a willingness to connect. Often, the hardest part is simply starting. The environment plays a big role in how comfortable a conversation feels. Quiet, relaxed settings like coffee shops or lounges are often easier for starting conversations than noisy, crowded places. Look for opportunities where people seem open to interaction, such as waiting in line or during breaks at events. Being mindful of the setting helps you choose the right moment to approach someone, increasing the chances of a positive response. Timing and environment can make all the difference. Great conversationalists are also great observers. Pay attention to your surroundings and notice details about the person you want to talk to. Maybe they're wearing a unique accessory or reading an interesting book. These observations can provide natural conversation starters. Listening is equally important. When you listen actively, you show genuine interest and make the other person feel valued. Observation and listening set the stage for meaningful exchanges. Asking open-ended questions is a powerful way to keep conversations flowing. Instead of questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no, try asking about opinions, experiences, or feelings. For example, what brings you here today? Or, how did you get interested in this topic? These types of questions invite the other person to share more, making the conversation richer and more engaging. Open-ended questions show you're interested in more than just small talk. A sincere compliment can be a wonderful conversation starter. Notice something you genuinely appreciate about the other person, whether it's their style, their work, or their attitude. Keep compliments specific, and authentic people can tell when you're being genuine. For example, I really like your jacket. It's very unique. Or, you have a great sense of humor. Compliments make people feel good and open the door to further conversation. One of the easiest ways to connect with someone is by finding shared interests or experiences. Listen for clues in what they say or observe their surroundings for hints. Maybe you both enjoy the same type of music, or you visited the same city. Mentioning these connections can spark enthusiasm and make the conversation more engaging. Shared interests create a sense of familiarity and help conversations flow naturally. Humor is a great way to break the ice and make people feel at ease. You don't need to be a stand-up comedian, just a lighthearted comment or a friendly joke can do wonders. Pay attention to the situation and the other person's mood to ensure your humor is appropriate. When used well, humor can turn an awkward moment into a memorable one and set a positive tone for the conversation. Conversations are a two-way street. While it's important to ask questions and listen, don't forget to share a bit about yourself. Offering a personal story or opinion helps build trust and encourages the other person to open up as well. Keep your sharing relevant to the topic and avoid dominating the conversation. Balance is key. Give and take makes for the best exchanges. Mirroring is a subtle technique where you match the other person's body language, tone, or pace of speech. This creates a sense of rapport and makes the other person feel more comfortable. For example, if they're speaking softly, you might lower your voice slightly. If they're using hand gestures, you can do the same. Mirroring should be natural and not forced. When done well, it helps conversations flow smoothly and builds connection. Not everyone is ready to chat at all times. Pay attention to verbal and nonverbal cues that someone might not want to engage. If they give short answers, avoid eye contact, or seem distracted, it's best to politely step back. Respecting boundaries shows emotional intelligence and leaves a positive impression, even if the conversation doesn't happen. Remember, timing is everything, and there will always be other opportunities. Awkward silences or moments are a natural part of conversations, especially with new people. If you find yourself stuck, don't panic. You can acknowledge the pause with a smile or a light comment, or simply shift the topic. Sometimes, asking a follow-up question or sharing a small anecdote can get things moving again. Remember, everyone experiences awkwardness, and handling it gracefully shows confidence and authenticity. When starting conversations with people from different backgrounds, it's important to be culturally sensitive. Be aware that customs, greetings, and topics of conversation can vary widely. If you're unsure, observe how others interact, or ask polite questions. Showing respect for someone's culture not only avoids misunderstandings, but also demonstrates openness and curiosity. Embracing diversity enriches your conversations and broadens your perspective. Remembering and using someone's name in conversation is a simple yet powerful way to build rapport. It shows that you're paying attention and value the person as an individual. If you forget their name, don't be afraid to ask again. Most people appreciate the effort. Using names helps personalize the interaction and makes your conversation partner feel recognized and respected. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. When you're starting a conversation, put away your phone and focus on the person in front of you. Being present means giving your full attention, making eye contact, and responding thoughtfully. This level of engagement makes the other person feel valued and increases the quality of your interaction. Presence is one of the most attractive qualities you can bring to any conversation. Small talk is often the gateway to deeper conversations. Simple topics like the weather, current events, or your surroundings can help break the ice. The goal isn't to stay on these topics forever, but to use them as a stepping stone to more meaningful discussions. Don't underestimate the power of a casual comment. It can lead to surprising connections. People love to share their thoughts and opinions. Asking for someone's perspective on a topic not only starts a conversation, but also shows that you value their input. For example, you might ask, "What do you think about this event?" Or, "Have you tried this before?" These questions invite engagement and can lead to lively discussions. Your reactions can shape the direction of a conversation. Responding with enthusiasm, interest, and positivity encourages the other person to keep sharing. Even if you disagree, acknowledge their perspective respectfully. Positive reactions create a welcoming atmosphere and make conversations enjoyable for everyone involved. When starting a conversation with someone new, it's best to steer clear of sensitive or controversial topics like politics, religion, or personal finances. These subjects can quickly lead to discomfort or disagreement. Instead, focus on neutral topics that are easy for anyone to discuss. As you get to know someone better, you can gradually explore deeper subjects if both parties are comfortable. If you've met someone before, referencing your last conversation is a great way to reconnect. Mention something they shared or ask about an update. This shows that you remember and care about what they said, which strengthens your connection. Following up makes conversations feel more personal and meaningful. Not every conversation will go as planned, and that's okay. If someone isn't interested in talking, don't take it personally. Politely thank them and move on. Remember, rejection is a normal part of social interaction and doesn't reflect your worth. Each attempt is a learning experience that brings you closer to mastering the art of conversation. Like any skill, starting conversations gets easier with practice. Challenge yourself to talk to new people regularly, even if it's just a brief exchange. Over time, you'll become more comfortable and natural in your approach. Practice builds confidence and helps you refine your technique. The more you practice, the more effortless conversations will become. Observe how skilled conversationalists interact. Notice their body language, the questions they ask, and how they make others feel comfortable. You can learn a lot by watching and even asking for tips. Surrounding yourself with good communicators helps you pick up new techniques and inspires you to improve your own skills. Curiosity is the heart of great conversations. When you're genuinely interested in others, your questions and responses become more engaging. Curiosity leads to deeper discussions and helps you discover common ground. Approach each conversation with an open mind and a desire to learn something new. People appreciate when you show real interest in their stories. Everyone has a unique communication style. Some people are outgoing, while others are more reserved. Pay attention to the other person's energy and adapt your approach accordingly. For quieter individuals, gentle questions and a calm demeanor work best. For more energetic types, match their enthusiasm. Flexibility helps you connect with a wider range of people. In today's digital world, conversations often start online. Whether through social media, messaging apps, or professional platforms, the basics remain the same. Be polite, show interest, and engage genuinely. Online conversations can lead to real-world connections, so don't hesitate to reach out and introduce yourself virtually. Social cues are subtle signals that guide our interactions. Pay attention to body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions. These cues can tell you if someone is interested in continuing the conversation or if it's time to wrap up. Being sensitive to social cues helps you navigate conversations smoothly and respectfully. When starting a conversation, it's best to keep things light and positive. Avoid heavy or negative topics at the beginning. Light-hearted comments, observations, or questions set a friendly tone and make people more willing to engage. Once you've established rapport, you can gradually move to deeper subjects if appropriate. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. When someone shares something personal, respond with understanding and support. Simple phrases like, "that sounds tough," or "I can imagine how you feel," show that you care. Empathy deepens connections and makes conversations more meaningful. Knowing how to end a conversation is just as important as starting one. Look for natural pauses or cues that the other person is ready to move on. Thank them for their time and mention that you enjoyed talking. If you'd like to continue the connection, suggest exchanging contact information or meeting again. Ending on a positive note leaves a lasting impression. Confidence is key to starting conversations. Remind yourself of your strengths and past successes. Practice positive self-talk and visualize successful interactions. The more you believe in yourself, the more naturally conversations will flow. Confidence is attractive and encourages others to engage with you. Every conversation is a learning opportunity. If something doesn't go as planned, reflect on what happened and think about how you can improve next time. Mistakes are part of the process and help you grow. The key is to keep trying and not let setbacks discourage you. With each attempt, you become a better communicator. Enthusiasm is contagious. When you show excitement about a topic or about meeting someone new, it encourages others to match your energy. Enthusiasm makes conversations lively and memorable. Don't be afraid to let your passion show. It's one of the best ways to make a lasting impression. Authenticity is the foundation of meaningful conversations. Be yourself and speak honestly. People appreciate sincerity and can sense when you're being genuine. Authentic conversations build trust and lead to deeper connections. Don't try to impress, just be real, and the right people will respond. Eye contact is a powerful tool in conversation. It shows confidence, interest, and respect. Maintaining appropriate eye contact helps build rapport and keeps the interaction engaging. Be mindful not to stare, but don't avoid eye contact either. Find a comfortable balance that feels natural for both you and the other person. Not every conversation will take off immediately. Sometimes it takes a little time for people to warm up. Be patient and give the interaction space to develop. Avoid rushing or forcing the conversation. Patience shows respect and allows for more genuine connections to form naturally. Stories are a powerful way to connect with others. Sharing a relevant story can illustrate your point, make the conversation more interesting, and invite others to share their own experiences. Stories create emotional resonance and make your interactions memorable. Don't be afraid to share a little about your journey. Follow-up questions show that you're listening and interested in what the other person has to say. They encourage deeper discussion and keep the conversation moving forward. For example, if someone mentions a recent trip, you might ask, "What was your favorite part?" Follow-up questions demonstrate engagement and curiosity. A positive attitude is attractive and makes conversations enjoyable. Focus on uplifting topics and avoid complaining or criticizing. Positivity creates a welcoming environment and encourages others to open up. Even when discussing challenges, try to highlight solutions or hopeful perspectives. Silence isn't always awkward. It can give people time to think and reflect. Don't feel pressured to fill every pause. Sometimes, a moment of silence allows for deeper responses or signals that it's time to move on. Use silence as a tool to create space and show that you're comfortable with the flow of conversation. Encouragement goes a long way in conversations. If someone shares an achievement or a challenge, respond with supportive words. Encouragement builds trust and makes people feel valued. Simple phrases like, "That's impressive," or "You're doing great," can make a big difference in how someone feels about the interaction. Starting a conversation with anyone is a skill you can develop with practice, patience, and a genuine interest in others. By using the strategies we've discussed, like observing, asking open-ended questions, and showing empathy, you'll find it easier to connect with people from all walks of life. Remember, every conversation is an opportunity to learn, grow, and build meaningful relationships. So go out, start talking, and watch your world expand.